The continuing war of attrition between the US and Israel on one hand and Iran on the other has clearly roiled the world economy. Expectantly, with the Straits of Hormuz closed, oil prices have spiked and spiked again. What was once settling into a $70 to $80 range is now testing $130. And Iran has recently even said that it could spike to $200. All that rhetoric about data being the new oil has evaporated to the grim reality that oil, after all, is the new oil. Even the US Energy Secretary acknowledged that there will be short term pain. Desert storm of a different kind. Clearly, West Asia is going to hurt. IDC estimates that if the conflict persists for over 3 months, around 1 percentage point will be shaved off from the growth forecasts. Additionally, there will be lasting impact on the future of IT infrastructure in the region, and projects like OpenAI's Stargate campus in the UAE and others will see a cost escalation due to heightened security spends, even to the extent of hardening the security by using traditional military techniques, anti-drone et al. There will be ripple effects. Companies could reevaluate their strategies for West Asia. While the governments will double down on reassuring investors about the continued attraction of the region, the current conflict will cast its shadow on many corporate investment plans. In fact, CNBC quotes Gary Wojciechowski, chairman and interim CEO at Pure Data Center Group, to slow down further expansion in the region. A logical conclusion to the above challenge will be relocating the infrastructure in other regions, such as Europe, Southeast Asia, or India, beyond the sands. But that is in the region. However, the bigger question lying unanswered is the impact of rising oil prices and consequently the rise in energy costs on the AI sector. Whether it is for chips or data centers, higher oil prices ought to be a red flag, given the amount of capex that individual companies have committed. Any disruption in this and the cost of these inputs shoot up sharply. More worrisome is the fact that, even at higher cost, the sheer availability of these input raw materials will become challenging. Take helium for instance. It is a byproduct of LNG production and is used as a heat sink in chip production. If there is a hit on LNG production, which has come true already, availability of helium will become a challenge. This in turn will affect the chip manufacturers and thus impact the gargantuan hunger for chips in the AI sector. The second and possibly more critical issue is the sheer cost of energy. All the data centers, by their own admission, are one of the biggest consumers of energy. Just imagine an increase of just 10% on the energy costs. The entire P&L goes out of whack. Given that most of them are sharing the energy availability with the municipal bodies, governments will then have to resort to rationing and deciding who gets what. While the data center may still be able to pay for it, this will mean that the general public's needs will have to be managed, something that will be a political minefield in energy-starved societies such as India. Thirdly, cost of support services will go up. Insurance will be the first, followed by cost of manpower, which will demand a premium to shift to riskier geos. The hunt of alternatives to key input raw materials might well succeed, but this will come with potentially higher costs. Another factor that will become critical will be the submarine cables in the region, through which an estimated 80% of data traffic flows between Asia and Europe. All the above may not happen. The conflict may end this month itself. However, the sobering thought that one might want to have would be around what happens if it doesn't. Already, global companies are drawing up business continuity plans to reflect a longer conflict. While the AI boom is still in its infancy, with already lingering questions about its efficacy, ROI, ethics, and role in replacing human capital, the sheer monies lying committed and the valuation of these companies will come under threat if US-Iran war persists. If it does, then this could be the first black swan moment for the AI sector, with impact that will probably drive some hard truths and sift out some of the hype from the narrative.